their stores, 40% off on all the items. Except Taylor guitars, 10% off. For any questions, call or text our hotline 0977-812-1186 or visit www.rjcenter.com.
Paturok, paturok.
For DTI Fair Trade Permit number FTEB-127314, series of 2021.
You are watching the multi-awarded Radio Bandido TV on Channel 224 Sky Cable and TV Plus boxes. Simulcast on DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Informing, advising, and entertaining the Filipinos and OFWs around the world. Streaming live on www.facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. or on YouTube, channel RJAM News. Chit Chat with Double V with host Vivian Velez is a program that breaks down important national concerns, events, and stories, featuring newsmaker interviews and compelling features to add context, clarity, and answer the questions on your mind. Every Sunday from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. on Teleradio Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, GMA Afforda Box, Easy Box, and all DTT boxes. Simulcast on DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Seen on Facebook/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. and YouTube channel RJAM News. Welcome, the newest addition to our lineup of explosive anchors, a veteran broadcaster, a sports news anchor, race car driver, columnist, and reporter, Ira Panginiban and his program Free Spits. Free Spits, a parody of free speech, a right we always abuse. Free Spits, freewheeling discussions, no holds barred. Free Spits, the real sentiments of the Filipino people. Free Spits and Ira Panginiban, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday on Teleradio Bandido TV, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, GMA Afforda Box, and all DTT boxes. Also heard on DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Also seen on Facebook/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. and YouTube channel RJAM News. Bangon na! Tanghali na! RJ na! Revolutions Per Minute with host Marilyn Craig and guest co-host future Dr. Zoe will revolutionize your life. Spend lunch with them every Saturday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. This is your Love Life Teleradio with interviews with people from all walks of lives, as well as personalities, with stories that enlighten and inspire. So catch RPM on Teleradio Bandido, Channel 224 Sky Cable, TV Plus boxes, free-to-air Channel 29, DZRJ 8:10 a.m., Facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m., and YouTube channel RJAM News.
Filipino heroism, ingenuity, marksmanship, tatak sa ludo kami. Isang pagkilala sa galing ng mamamayang Pilipino, hatid ay serbisyo saan man sa mundo. Natatanging kwento ng mga overseas Filipino workers, OFW advocates, legal luminaries, educators, scientists, and inventors. Mga piling Pilipinong patuloy na nag-aangat sa pagtingin at pagkilala ng sambayanan. Tatak sa ludo kami. Pinangungunahan ni Johnny Gomez. Tatak sa ludo kami! Tuwing araw ng Sabado mula alas 2 hanggang alas 3 ng hapon. Mapapanood at mapapakinggan sa DZRJ 8:10 a.m. sa Radio Bandido TV, Sky Cable Channel 224, TV Plus boxes at free-to-air. Simulcast live sa www.facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. at sa YouTube RJAM News.
Double R is now at Radio Bandido, an informative program that tackles
so a peaceful Saturday to you all and many blessings of undisturbed peace to everyone in the planet. Ayan. Hashtag deserve. Can you hear me, guys? Is my audio clear? We were having technical difficulties, so I couldn't enter earlier than I had wanted. But I do hope that I'm finally coming in clear. And I am here, and this is DJ Chin. So welcome to Good, Great, Unstoppable, the Francine de las Alas Show. And I'm your host. So as I said, tawagin nyo na lang ako sa pangalang DJ Chin. So I'm embracing that part of my identity with love. Anyway, our show airs live here at TZRJ, 8:10 a.m. every Saturdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So join us, and you can also catch us at the TV Plus boxes, or also subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's RJ News PH. And don't also forget to CLC. Click, like, and comment. CLCP. Comment positively. Okay? So anyway, what's new 2022? So it's last 3 months of the year. And last year, my battle cry with you guys was do not take 2020 into 2021. Unfortunately, there were those who did, right? So anyway, my question now for you guys, in the last 10 months of the year, did you thrive or just survive again? Okay, I hope this time, guys, you did more than just surviving. So for the life of me, honestly, I still owe myself millions of income for 2021. And multiply that by 10, those are, I do have multi-million back wages. So it sounds like a funny matter now, but I am dead serious, because you know what, guys, I really know the price of my life and my happiness, and it's not just 20,000 a month or minimum wage. Okay, so how about you guys? How much do you owe yourself, right? So one of my hopeful wishes is for us all is to prosper, especially this pandemic. Okay, so I also hope that none of you got COVID this year. Okay, so if you escaped 2020 safe and sound, I hope that you can also leave 2020 unscathed from COVID-19. Okay, in our family, there are about 3 or 4 of them who brought 2020 into 2021, right? Fortunately, it was mild. Still, I firmly believe that it could have been avoided, because behavior is a large part of COVID solutions. Okay, so anyway, so as 2022 the incoming year is 2022, guys. 10 years since I sat here, I always talk about going for our goals and our dreams, because it is these are part of our 24/7 happiness. If you're still wondering why your happiness is not intact, why it's not longer lasting, why it keeps breaking every time the same problems go over and over, it means that you are not fixing something. So this means that you've got to turn those problems into solution by turning them into goals and dreams. Okay, so I hope that it's not like the 10 years later, that it's not like still like a New Year's resolution. Diba? Good starter, poor finisher, or worse, never even got to start. Hashtag guilty. Okay, so I am so on track, but this year I also have to make amends to myself and pick up all my other dreams as well. Okay, so anyway, so if based on my experience, guys, and based on the successful peers that I am surrounded with, it does not matter if you are slow, for as long as there are goals established and pursued, okay, and or being pursued. And doesn't matter if you're slow, for as long as these goals have progress, okay, and there is also a resulting change. There is a positive impact in your life, right? So we can have change, sure, in the last 10 years, right? But if they are not goal driven, it doesn't matter, because we won't be able to value it, and it can remain unstable. Okay, we want something bigger, more solid than what we had 10 years back. And if we want that, we have to intentionally direct ourselves towards it. So this 2022, if you haven't started, start. Maybe you are the next 1%. Okay? You're already at the top 99% and now about to move to the 1%. Maybe it's your time and it's your turn, because I do believe that it's an ebb. 99.9% of us do not belong to the 1%. For the 0.01%, okay? Or the 1%. That's because we have our programs, our habits, our self-limiting beliefs, right? Or our, I don't know, or we just didn't think that we had it in us. But I do believe that it's an ebb, that every single year, many of us, that there's 1% of us who finally will say, I don't want this kind of life anymore. Okay? So if that is you, take yourself this 2022 to a whole new world, a whole new something point of view. I don't remember. But anyway, I hope they don't flag me here in Facebook for singing that. But anyway, yes, take yourself. If you're already the next 1% or you're the next 1% who's about to step out of their shell, grab this time, especially it's coming 2022, to start on your goals and your dreams or the solutions that you want for your life. Okay? So start goal setting. Choose 2 of the most important areas in your life that you want to feel proud in by the end of 2022 or in the starting 2022 up to the next 5 years. Set the starting points. Okay? It has to be today. And the actions as well as the deadline. Okay? Start now because there are learning curves. That's the reason why we always encourage start today, because there are mistakes that you are bound to encounter. And when you encounter all those mistakes, they actually eat up time. Okay? And the degree of the wounding effect of those learning curves will also eat up much of your time, because there's also healing period and grace period before you can get back up again. Okay? And there's also that part of the learning curve where you become better and better. You become more and more skilled in, dodging or seeing the problems ahead of time and then fixing it before it even happens. So those are skills and they all belong to the learning curve. That's why you have to start today. Okay? So remember also, guys, your plans, maybe once you come up with your dreams and with your goal and the plans that you put in it, they're going to look so flowery, so beautiful, and you think that's the most powerful plan that has ever been created in the history of mankind. But tell you what, guys, remember, you need to make the best plan and expect 0 from it. Okay? But give it your best each time. Your plans, maybe you will have 10 plans or 10 actions or 10 directions, 10 backup plans even, right? And all of them will be linear. Okay? This is what I'm going to say, expect 1 million failure for every plan that you will execute, so you can keep getting back up and keep moving, because it's very important that your mindset is grounded. Okay? Because the whole journey from point A all the way to your finish line, it's going to be it's going to be difficult, right? There will be times that you will run on fumes. Okay? Not just times, many times that you will run on fumes. And if you don't have the right expectations that you will encounter 1 million failures, this is just a figurative number. It can be less. Okay? But the bigger the number that you expect to fail, the more that you will have the emotional stamina to understand that the journey might even be emotionally perilous. Okay? So have that mindset so that you are emotionally ready for it. Okay? So anyway, we should all be millionaires. That's my next segment, right? For 2022 onwards. Now, I'm asking you, who among you wants to start prospering this coming year? Raise your hand. I'm raising mine, all my hands there. Anyway, so I found this article. It's by Rachel Rogers, and the article is "We Should All Be Millionaires," and I #agree with her. Okay. It highlights on how she became a self-made millionaire. And what I love about her story is that her thrust, okay, her thrust. This is her actually her cause. She's a founder of Hello 7. It's a multi-million dollar company now, okay? And she helps marginalized women become millionaires as well. Not bad, right? Okay, so marginalized, you may be a single mom, that's marginalized, or a woman or a girl or a lady from impoverished community who also wants to thrive. That's marginalized. Okay, so are you one of them? Or maybe you are also you're not single. Okay, or you're not a single parent, or you're not single, but you're already a mom, but you belong also to that impoverished community, and you wanna help you want your family to thrive as well. That's a margin. You are a marginalized woman, or let's say, I guess that's pretty much just what I can say about the three examples that I can share of marginalized women. Now, if you read the article, she actually focuses on how she started, okay? And all three that she shared here, we have already heard, okay? And you know what? The great thing about this is success is universal and pretty formulaic. It leaves clues all over that we can pick up on and grow from, or grow from and even follow. Okay, we just have to grab onto a vehicle so we can apply or follow these clues. Okay, and these are the three things that I shared. So if you want to be also, if you want to start prospering also, she said that you have to change, she had to change her viewpoint on money. She developed a new money mindset. 3 weeks ago, I was just talking about millionaire mindset. I shared the wealth principle mindset that T. Harv Eker also talked about, and this is a very common thing. You need to have a healthy view of money, a healthy money mindset, and this is crucial because if you think that money is evil, your actions and your situations in your life will reflect that. So if you are happy being kapos or sampung kahig isang tuka, by all means, live that way. Okay? But if your family is suffering, start learning about money in a healthy way. If you think that when you die, you will leave utang to your family or hihingi ka sa pinaghirapan ng iba, start learning about money in a very healthy way. Okay? So anyway, the second, she also said she had a business. So that means you have to have a vehicle, guys. Okay? So no brainer. You can't wait for money to land on your lap. All right? If you do buy the lotto, it will probably take you minimum 10 years. And between the first day all the way to the 10 years, what will you do? What if you already build an empire, right? Lotto is just going to be a bonus. All right? So third, she also found a community of people who thinks like her. Okay, this reminds me of the saying that we see posted in Facebook, surround all over Facebook and all other social media pages, surround yourself with friends who lift you higher. Okay, so hashtag no to crab mentality. Okay, hatakan pataas there. Okay, so those are the three things. So if you guys want to prosper, change the way first, how you think of money, come up with a vehicle, all right? And you know what? All your chismosa friends, all of those who have dreamless, add to that. Okay, carve out time to be with friends who will also build you to become the best version of yourselves and to give you the best versions of your life. All right. So that's Rachel Rogers' tip for being a millionaire, because she said and she believes, and I agree, that we should all be millionaires. Okay. So anyway, that's just one of our interesting segments. So 2022, hashtag fighting or hashtag gacha. Let's go and let's do this. All right. So now, because it's also 2022, another thing that we can look forward to is the election. All right. So people of the Philippines, listen. Que se hodang si Lenny or BBM or Isko or si Pacquiao pa yan. I am sure. Okay? Mahirap ka pa rin after they vacate their positions. Ask me why. Because if you want real change, it has to start with us. Look back 5 years ago when President Duterte stepped into the office, diba? Look back 10 years ago when Pinoy stepped into the office, diba? Did your life improve? Okay? But I'm not saying that it's not the president's fault. Okay, whoever that president will be, it's not their fault. That real change will have to come from you. Okay, so these are the things that key points that you have to remember this election. Okay, that they cannot change your life. All right, and if you can do these two things, all right, you are already helping your government. Your government can now concentrate on peace and order situation, education, environment, and protecting us from China, defending us from China, our sovereignty, di ba? But if the government has to worry because we're still poor, right? Poor and have not done anything for ourselves or to ourselves, and if we are also going to be a contributing problem to the COVID-19 pandemic, then we are just one of those na pabigat. Para tayong mga tingga, 'di ba? Para tayong mga tingga sa ilalim ng sa ilalim ng gobyerno, 'di ba? Mga pabigat lang tayo. So, we might as well help ourselves. So, these are key points that you can start working on, and I think greatly that you should work on, so that the government can focus their attention on the things that they must focus on, including sana corruption. But I don't think that will ever go because it's so entrenched already, sadly. So anyway, one, we can prosper on our own, guys. So you have to remember this. Kahit sino pang gobyerno dyan, we can prosper on our own. Kahit ganyan ang gobyerno, kahit puro corruption. When we are financially capable, guys, we can help build communities. And if we build communities, we can build the nation. Diba? Kahit na magnanakaw pa yung mga nakaupo dyan or whatever, diba? Kahit na na-frustrate ka because it's such an ugly government and nation or what. If you work on yourself and your prosperity, there's more that we can do not just for ourselves, not just for our family, but for others, diba? And for all you know, you might just be the next, ano bang tawag nila, unicorn company, diba? I think yung mga unicorn companies are like the Tesla company, Apple, yung mga ganon, diba? Yung mga startup na wow later on. So, for all you know, you might be that next one, and you will be able to provide jobs. Right? Jobs and also maybe solution to the country's woes. At least kahit 1%, it's still 1% na nakatulong, right? Second, we can be healthy and COVID-free. This way, we can help the government beat the pandemic. If you want everything to return to normal, right? You know what? I miss going to the mall. I haven't gone. Actually, we did go a couple of times, I think last every 2 Saturdays or every Saturday last April, but it was ninja moves, so we could not really enjoy it. We want to go back to normal. So for whoever is a government, we also have to contribute. We also have to make sure that we are COVID free. So get yourself vaccinated, okay? And if you don't believe in vaccines, please stay home when you have symptoms. Okay, that's the only way you can help others. Please don't be arrogant anymore and think that you know everything. All right, it's not about knowing everything. Sige na, kayo na yung may alam at magaling. Pero as symptoms are symptoms, and the problem with COVID-19 is, diba, baka makamatay pa kayo. Okay, baka makamatay pa kayo pag lumabas kayo. So kayo, those who don't believe in vaccine, just also do your share of social distancing. Okay, we can respect you if you also respect if you also respect those who believe in vaccines. Okay, kung kami nga nagba-vaccine, nagsistay home di ba? Hindi mga pasaway at hindi pasaway. Yun. But anyway, so yun, that's those are the two most important things in the next 4 to 6 years. Ilang years bang president? Ganun na ba katagal si P-Dudes? 6 years na ba? So, yeah, I think so because 2000, I think so, right? Yeah, 6 years, 2016. But anyway, those are if you those are the right now we are all clamoring, diba? So that's why this is the second thing that we can do, being COVID free and being healthy. We are all clamoring for the back to normal, right? Because it has hurt the economy so badly. It has hurt us not only on the macro and the micro, but also personal economies. A lot of people lost jobs, and every time I go to the Facebook page of Makati Shangri-La, I really feel bad for those who lost their jobs. And I hope that they were also able to bounce back and even better right away and bounce back better. Okay. So anyway, so in the next 6 years, make yourself prosper, right? Don't depend on the government to do that. Don't expect them that if they the last 10 years or the last government, this last government, exiting government is proof, diba? If you started poor during this administration and you're still exit and his exit, you're still poor. It's not his fault. In the last 10 years, if Pinoy, right? Amazingly, if you also started poor then, so that was 12 years ago and two presidents have passed, it's not their fault. Okay, so we can do so that's why you have to fix your personal economies, prosper, and second, keep yourself healthy. Because that's an it's a for so that we can also help the economy, if we can all get back to normal already. Okay, there are so many job losses that we want to return. Okay, so that we can also help we can also help those who lost their job. Help those who lost their jobs. Okay, so prosper and stay healthy. So again, it is not in it's not in any government or in any governance. Okay, so focus on these two things: being wealthy and being healthy. So that way you can get out of the mindset that the government is our solution. It should be, but they are not doing their part. And at some point also, I come from an industry where every single day I talk to about 5 people, and we've simplified the business for them. Super simple. But when we have a poor mindset, right, and low self-esteem and belief or what, we don't grab the opportunity. So that goes to show that it's really not the government, right? I don't know what happened to the program of Lenny of entrepreneurship during the pandemic, but I'm not even sure every one of those were able to everyone was able to thrive. I don't think so, because it's our setting that will make this nation prosper, that this government better. Okay, so that way you can get out of the mindset health and wealth can be your focus. That way you can get out of the mindset that the government is our solution. It's not, and not in the at least not in the financial and the health side. At least this is our our own inner battle. And as I always say, mas maraming Pilipino than government officials and employees. So why are you going to put your hopes on the few? Diba? The small machinery, right? We can change the healthy. We can change the health of our country, the economy of our country, by recognizing that it is upon us to do what we ask our government to do. So kung gusto mong pagsasabi mo sa government, payamanin ka, parang that's like my prayer kay God, diba? I asked to make me prosper, then I realized when God asked me back, if and when God asked me back, hindi ba kayang gawin yan? Ang sagot ko, kaya. Then ganun lang yun, diba? So anyway, trust me, if you help yourself instead of depending on the, a forever inept and corrupt, power-hungry government, it won't hurt as much. Plus, you can help build communities. If you don't, and at the end of this new term of whoever is the next president, right, you will feel again like a victim. Nabugbog na for the last so many presidential elections. Kasi mahirap ka na nga, tapos ganito pa yung gobyerno. Isn't it na mas masarap magreklamo o gusto mong magreklamo sa gobyerno na nakasakay sa sarili mong Ferrari kaysa sa jeep pa rin, diba? So think about that, okay? So anyway, so again, guys, everything rests. Your change that you are looking for in terms of health or even wealth or health or wealth at the very least that we expect our government to take care of, it's actually in our hands. All right? So anyway, so still talking about wealth, diba? I'm sure you don't want to be poor at all anymore. Okay? So here are a few suggestions on how you can make extra moolah. All right? I have already discussed this in one of the episodes before, but I'm just going to refresh your memory in case you, or I'm just going to share this again briefly in case you missed it. Okay? Number one, guys, you can go into benta-benta, okay? It's a surefire of earning right away. But benta-benta of what? You can go into food business, diba? You can start with your meals, diba? You share that, diba? Your meals, and then you share that, or you advertise that you're going to be cooking adobo on Wednesday. A lot of people do that, so you can take 3 orders, and they can also pay ahead of time. Okay, you can also sell goods. If you go to FB Marketplace, guys, there are so many ideas there that you can copy, or you can copy, or ideas that you can also ideas that you can develop. Or for me, the FB Marketplace is a rich source of supplier, diba? So that was my experience before. And as I said, I was able to sell Wagyu, what else? Parmesan cheese, Vienna sausage. Ang dami kong binenta. But I did not, I sold because I wanted to eat them. So before I could buy them, right? Before I could buy them for myself, even if I could afford them, I instead did benta-benta first, okay? Until I can come up with the amount of money I needed to buy what I wanted. So most of the time, libre ko nang nakukuha yung gusto kong bilhin. See, smart lang. Okay? Or you can also provide services. Okay? Basta guys, benta-benta ng legal, moral, ethical. Ha? Let me just underscore that. Maraming masasama pa rin sociopaths out there. Kanina lang, meron akong I heard of a story. Wala talagang ka-remorse, diba? But let me just remind you guys, pwede, we can make money, legal, moral, ethical. Pwede pa rin tayong yumaman that way nang hindi tayo nagnanakaw sa iba or nagtitake sa iba. Okay? So anyway, so you can make money. Then number 2, choose non-trad, business like ours. Okay? It's low startup, legit, moral, ethical. There's my track record, diba? Hindi siya fly-by-night operation. So you can see week in, week out that there are actually people who are earnings. And in our case, dollars. Leveraging, diba? Unlike traditional business, ikaw lang lahat, diba? Here, we can work together as a team. Then, of course, diba? It's sky's the limit income on a weekly basis. You choose, diba? You train for it. You grow yourself. You understand the business. You learn and build your team. Then you can all experience this opportunity. So go for a non-trad business as well, okay? Especially this pandemic, guys. Wag na kayo mag-trad business, 'di ba? Wag na kayo mag-trad business, sayang pera nyo. 'Di ba? Ito sobrang low startup, 'di ba? Meron na, as I said, in our case, I simplified it already. Okay? Mindset nyo na lang yung kailangan. Okay? So anyway, 3, apply as a virtual assistant. Last year, I think I had I was talking about this last December. Yeah, last December, and you can check it out, diba, how you can become one. Maybe you can also get certification so that it's easy for you to get a job as a virtual assistant. There are also others, may copywriting pa nga eh. Diba? Now is this day and age of internet, there's so many things that you can do for making money na legal, moral, ethical. Okay? So anyway, these are just the ones that can make you short-term bucks. Okay, these can also reinforce your now, because this can be easy money. This can also reinforce your one-day millionaire habit, right? Kasi hindi ka pa sanay yumaman. So if you wanna do that, it's up to you. Pero the bad trip part there is if you keep becoming a one-day millionaire habit, hanap ka ng hanap ng pera, guys. Nakakapagod. So before you even start earning, if you don't want to be a one-day millionaire, start imagining and practicing already how you will allocate them into your savings, your spending, your success setup, your investment, community building, whatever that can secure your financial future, the future of your secure your future financially, diba? This way, if you keep imagining and practicing already, even before the money arrives, you are already priming yourself for financial success and financial wellness. Okay? So like ako, di ba? Where's my calculator? I don't have my calculator here, but there are every now and then I would get my calculator. Sometimes I would use my phone and imagine a particular income. Let's say, what if I'm earning 800,000 a month? How am I going to allocate that? So every day I practice that. Okay, I just do it now I now just do it every now and then because it's already part of my habit. So every day I pretend that it's there. So when the money starts coming in, I allocate them that way. Okay? So am I a Monday millionaire? Hindi. So because I already avoided that trap. So you guys, if you want to make short-term bucks and you want to start earning money, you can do any of these things. And while the most important thing here is for you to have a millionaire mindset, discipline, and habit. And so you can do that by, as I said, practicing every day in your calculator with a pretend income, and then dividing that so that when the money finally comes, you are already primed for it. Okay. So now it's 7:36, and since we are going towards 2022. Our convo for today are the don'ts this coming year. So these are the top three self-sabotaging behaviors that we should not bring with us in the year 2022 and the years ahead. Okay? These self-sabotaging behaviors should finally rest in peace. Kung may mako-COVID man, dapat itong mga self-sabotaging behaviors lang. Okay? Hindi ikaw at ang iyong kinabukasan. Okay, so let's move on. 1, victimhood. Guys, lifted verbatim. What is victimhood? So according to psychologists today, from the article written by Andrea Matthews, she says, a person with a victim mentality is someone who has identified with whatever crisis, trauma, illnesses, or other difficulties that have occurred in their lives, particularly those that began early in their lives. Okay? So, ikaw ba? Victim ka ba? Let me add. Moreover, playing victim is a survival technique, according to her. Okay? It as a protective mechanism. And an individual who is used to victimhood mentality believes that life always works against them. Okay? They typically whine. Ikaw ba to? Araw-araw ka ba nagre-reklamo? Malalaman mo yan just pagising pa lang sa umaga hanggang pagtulog ng gabi. Diba? They always complain about the littlest things. Oh my gulay. Their words always say they can't, or you hear them often saying, life is so hard. Okay? So ito yung mga victimhood mentality. You know, how do you know that you have victimhood mentality? Monitor your words every day that come out of your mouth. Okay? Every time. Especially when nothing is going on, right? Or when the challenges arise. Because when nothing is going on, that means it's an idle moment, right? But in an idle moment, you hear all these thoughts in your head, these garbage thoughts, and you whine and complain in your head, and it will find a way out by nitpicking on anything that you will find around you, right? So there. And am I a big? No, me, I'm not. I always, in fact, here in the household, I'm very solution oriented, and in fact, I always say that you should not be what they call that, caving in, or hindi ka dapat bumibigay sa maliit na bagay. So that's not a victim, di ba? You should always get up and fight and go, kaka! Di ba? So anyway, so if you ask me, guys, a victim also does not take accountability in the situation they brought upon themselves. Everyone is at fault but them. Okay? On top of that, denial is also a big part of the behavior. So when something happens and they are the one at fault, right? They will continue to deny the how it happened, diba? Or their part in it. So the problem with this is that the problem here is the fact that victimhood is a self-sabotaging behavior. It means that it has costly, direct, indirect, as well as costly short-term and long-term consequences, not only in their lives but also to those around them. Okay, victims are a victim, mga may victimhood mentality. They're toxic. And they don't, not that they want to be toxic. Okay, so let me clarify that they can be toxic, right? Because they whine, they complain, and then they don't find solutions to their problem. um, and you know what, there's a sad part. Okay, the key to the key is always finding and building solution if you don't want to be a victim. And I'm really sad that when I get to talk about 4 or 5 people every day and I show a very simplified solution for them, they they don't grab the opportunity. Can you imagine? That's like 100% of our out of all. That's about no nine out of the seven, let's say, that I will talk to. That's about 90%, right, of everyone. So can you imagine if they don't grab the opportunity that is already in front and that's so easy, right? And they know that it's already a solution and they still don't take it. After we, right after we converse, they will just most likely again go back to the typical to the hard life that they are already experiencing. I have this friend who's would always tell me that maybe the reason why I am not going for my goals in your son are unable to hit them is because sanay pa akong may pinaghuhugutan pa ako, kaya ko pa. Kaya ko pa, parang kumbaga, let's say for an income goal, if I'm not hitting a particular income goal, if I'm not hitting that, that means meron pa naman akong makukuhaan kahit na 10 piso lang yan or 20 pesos or scrambled egg lang yan, 'di ba? Or meron na egg para lang masosolusyonan yung temporary problem. Meron pa akong ganon, 'di ba? So kayo, look at that also. Is the reason why you are not fixing your finances is kasi kaya nyo pa. May nahuhugot pa kayong mauutangan or kaya pang kumain ng kanin tsaka mantika at toyo, kaya nyo pa yon, di ba? Nadja-justify nyo pa, may nakakain pa naman, di ba? So the problem here is, yun yung, that's victimhood, right? Because anything that you get, anytime that you get, every time that, if life gets worse than that pa, or meron lang masabi about the situation of being poor, you'll be defensive. Diba? You'll be defensive because you will think, again, then you will go back, ay ganito lang talaga kami, life is hard. So I suggest, guys, diba, for you not to have a victimhood mentality, take it out, okay? Watch what you say, watch what you do, right? Find solutions, build solutions that will help your life become better and help your heal, right, the emotional wounds brought on by that victimhood mentality. Okay, next, excuses. Okay, for 2022 we also have to discard the following excuses, guys. I don't have time, I don't have money, it's not me, I don't know how, it's hard, I can't. Replace them instead with how can I make time? Okay, how can I have or make more money? How can I improve? How can I learn or make it easy? Right? Many of our downfalls, guys, and or many of the undesirable situations that we are in our lives are brought about by these excuses. Okay? Think of those times that you were offered an opportunity, right? And think of those times that you were offered an opportunity. Sorry for that pause. I was thinking, where in my life did I have this, right? Because there were a lot. High school pa lang. But anyway, that's why I'm here, diba? That's why my life is like this, and I unfortunately I don't have a victimhood mentality, diba? The minute that I had to fix it, I started fixing it now. It's still admittedly a long way to go. Okay, but anyway, again, so it's proof that many of our downfalls or undesirable situations in our lives today I brought on by excuses. If you think that you were born into it, into the situation you are in, like maybe you were your family's not rich, you were born into poverty, they were in impoverished life. Um, it's also because our parents and their parents got also nailed into these excuses. Okay, so guys, watch. Especially, okay, example, I'm gonna offer you an opportunity. Send me a message. I'm just gonna show you what our business is all about and how you can get started. And I'm going to show you a game plan that I'm trying to uh, I'm trying to make it work because it's so simple. Okay, so I if you so that's the gateway that I'm opening for you. So what is your response? Right? Are you saying I don't have time? I'm busy. You can add that also. I'm busy. I am busy. I don't have money. It's not me. I don't know how. It's hard. I can't. Right? So if that is your response to my invitation for you to look at our opportunity, diba? See how it can help you prosper. Look at the game plan that I am offering or the project that I am offering. If those are the if my invitation was met with excuses, then you already know that this is your leaning tendency. Okay, you finally have potentially a way out, and you instead put the excuses in front. Okay, so watch those. Will not be me every day. I'm gonna offer that every day. I offer that opportunity. I post that on Facebook as an ad. Right, anyone looking for an online business, I offer that every single day. So every single day, in case you come across that or you come across another basta legal, moral, ethical, guys, discard the excuses, right? Learn about it. Learn about it. Give it take it one step at a time instead of just making an excuse. Okay. So anyway, third, laziness. I can't believe that I'm actually talking about this when I used to be the laziest person in the planet. Okay. But here's a thing that I discovered. Remember, I am a student of behavior, diba? And I am a student of life and success as well and happiness. And this is what I discovered. Did you know, guys, that laziness is a product of not knowing what we want in our lives or how to get there? I guess maybe because in a classroom, we were trained in a classroom setup type where there's a teacher, right, who discusses everything, and all we have to do is just follow that and parrot it and then get graded. That's it, diba? Somebody always had to hand the instructions, right? Or the steps. And because it's school, of course, it was naturally boring. Right? I don't have any interesting teachers except the ones in my biology, all my sciences, in all my sciences, and English. Yes, in my English classes, those were the interesting class. But all the other classes, what were they? Social studies. Oh God, what else? What else were our subjects? I don't remember. Health, home economics. What else were our subjects before? Music. Ah, anyway, so but again, anyway, my bottom line there is we were trained to sit down, right? We were trained to sit down and not question, I guess, not anything, because we just are trained to sit down and just absorb everything. That's it. Okay. So anyway, so that's why, right? That's why we never learned okay, how to, how we never learned what we wanted in our lives, diba? Or we never, and if we did, we never learned how to get there. Okay? So anyway, another fact. Did you also know that the secret underneath laziness, the opposite of that is that you actually crave success. Okay? So if you're one of those who's lazy, ito naman yung titignan mo. So how so? How so is laziness is actually a call for actually a very tiny hint, shout out hint of success on you. Okay? So look at everything that you tend to do effortlessly, whether it's gaming or doing household chores or even watching TV. The things that you would do over the things that you must do. Okay? For each one of them, you are able to take yourself to the finish line, correct? If you want to watch a K-drama, you marathon it up to the last episode. If you want to play a game, you finish it until you get to the end and win, right? If you if you're doing house chores over maybe reading a book or learning something new, right? You would rather do house chores and you do get to finish it. Okay? And the reason why you tend to be lazy in the big stuff is because you most likely don't know how to just take yourself to the end. The way you take yourself to the end of the, games or the house chores or whatever it is, whatever routine that you are doing or even watching TV, diba? You know how to do those stuff. They're easy. You don't have to think about them, right? Because when you have to do big stuff, you have to crank up, flex your brain, right? You have to flex. The problem is, if you flex it, where will you go? What's your first step? So we just end up, the brain just says, I don't know, never mind, I'll just do. It will look again for another thing that it can do easily. So in other words, guys, look for Wait. So in other words, guys, the steps are not visible. Diba? The steps to success are not visible. Because if they were, you'd automatically get up and get yourself to the success endpoints. Okay? So in other words, tips, each one of us has a full supply of success reserves untapped. We just have to discover how to tap into them so we can break away from our laziness habit. So what I want you to do, guys, is look for that defining moment. Search for that, diba? So you can get off your bottom and enjoy your life in a much more different way, enjoyable way, enjoy a life in full living color. Okay? So hanapin nyo na yun so that yung laziness nyo, and look for the thing that will end your laziness by going for something that will make you succeed. So ano ba yung goals mo? Ano ba yung dreams mo? It can be just, learning how, for me, one of them, maybe learning how to use the DSLR camera because I stopped again, diba? I'm seesawing there. What else? For me, finally finishing my class at Stanford University. Yes, Stanford University po. There is a class that I am taking there. I have to finish. I just started because the reason, it's a difficult class. It's a difficult major. So again, right, I have to continue that. So that's one way to end your laziness, and that's one way to not bring it into 22. Find your defining moment. What is a success story that you want to build? Okay, so then look for the steps how to get there. You can do that by coming up with a plan, diba? A plan and an action plan, right? Strategies, diba? That you can take on. Okay, kasi if strategies that you can take on, and you can look for it. You can surf also. How do I become, let's say, best chef in the planet, diba? If let's say you are just a home dad or a home mom, right? And that you want to be something else because tamad na tamad ka na maging like me, lazy na ako sa house chores. I really don't like it, diba? So yun. Okay, so those are the three things, the don'ts, the three things that you should not bring with you to 2022. Victimhood, excuses, and laziness. O, di ba? Makes sense. O, ito pa yung, I also have another story pa on the laziness. So, this is how I got myself out of laziness. I had to, what do you call that? Look at the consequences, diba? I had to closely examine my laziness, diba? The consequences of my laziness. If I don't do this, what's gonna happen? So, lahat yon, each section from, it's like a domino effect. Our laziness kasi is a domino effect, okay? So, this is also one way that you can get out of laziness. Another tip. So, and I found out that our laziness can be costly, may cost siya. And second, it's this is if you and second, it shows lack of respect in anything, respect lack of self-respect, and in anything na that brought about that good opportunity, that brought about the kind of life that you have now. So for example, eto, sometimes I'm natatamad to get up and brush my teeth at night, okay? So if I don't brush my, so for me, kasi sarap na mag K-drama, right? So for me, I would, when I'm falling asleep na with the K-drama, I would force myself to get up and brush my teeth. Why? Because when I close, this is simple lang but when I examine the consequences of that, if I do that every time, tomorrow when I want to brush my teeth or need to brush my teeth, it's the same Chin, DJ Chin, who will decide to get up, right? And because it's the same Chin, it's the same body also that gets affected if I again become lazy in carrying out my hygiene practice. My hygiene habit, right? So I have to, what do you call this? So if I don't, first, okay, the consequence, first it's me. It doesn't matter what the chore is the next day, whatever chore it is, pag tinamad ako, pag ayoko, I'm still the one making the decision. So that's point against me already kasi there are bigger things that I want to do in my life. And if I am lazy, I am going to be the one making decision whether I'm going to continue with that or not. And those things will have bigger consequences. Second, if I maintain being lazy in keeping my hygienic habits, right? What happens is I can of course have my tooth decay, right? And already in my 50s, I should be taking care more of my dental habits now, diba? And here's the thing: if they start decaying, then I'll have to go to the dentist. If I have to go, it's so expensive. Aside from that, I cannot just easily go to the dentist now because it's pandemic, diba? So again, I've already hurt my body twice over. Then if I can't do this, malamang matatanggal, they will decay and they can hurt my tooth. By the way, tooth decays can have is one of the contributing factors to Alzheimer's or dementia. Diba? So, palaki ng palaki. And all of them, diba, if you have dementia, you have tooth decay, you have to go to the dentist, it's costly. So, pag tinignan mo, it's costly. And pag tinignan mo, and if I keep not taking care of myself, it just goes to show the next question is, why not? Why is it hard to take care of me when it's so simple? Then it will show na maybe you don't love yourself enough. Maybe you don't care about yourself. And then you will see that wala kang, if those are the reasons, if you see them, that means you don't respect yourself enough. You have no healthy amount of self-love for yourself. So it's costly and lack of self-respect. That's why me now, this is what I do. When I'm lazy, I always say to myself, wag galangin ang sarili, wag tamarin. Kasi, di ba? so check out your laziness, examine the consequences, and see if at the end also it's either costly or both, and also what do you call that? Walang pagpapahalaga sa sarili. Yun. Okay? So anyway, there are other behaviors, don'ts that I may not have covered because of the time limit. These three, however, are the ones that I commonly encounter on a daily basis that directly affect the happiness, our health, our wealth, our success, our relationship, and even our integrity. So to tie up to this coming presidential election, guys, no matter who you put there, if you are these three self-sabotaging behavior, if you have all these, no president, no government can help you. Okay? It has been 10 years since I sat here. Where is your life, your happiness, your fulfillment ever since you started tuning in? Okay? Now, we have come to the end of the hour. And remember this, guys, as Mahatma Gandhi says, be the change you want to see in the world. Okay? So this is DJ Chin. Okay? Thank you for joining me. I will see you again next Sat. Have an upscale, upward, thriving week ahead. And so, to everybody out there, thank you for tuning in. Good night.
The views and comments of the hosts and guests are not necessarily those of the station.